In an exclusive interview today, we shed a light into the future plans of the city, plans that will most definitely redefine its landscape and the lives of its residents if implemented on time and in the right way. Simon Kasyate, the spokesperson, Kampala Capital City Authority, takes us through the city's current development projects.
There is a lot we are doing in the provision of social services. For example, in education, right now we have examinations of Uganda Certificate of Education starting across the country, and we have 22 senior secondary schools in the city that we superintend over. At the end of this month or going into next month, we'll be having PLE. We have 78 primary schools that we superintend over in the city. So that tells you that at the center of our social service provision, education stands firmly. Away from education, we provide health services. We have 8 health centers in the city, and particularly one of our health centers has been ranked for 3 times consecutively as the best health center in the country, and that is Kasyate Health Center. Previously, when it rained, the cry and hue would be, now we're going to get a communicable disease like cholera ravaging the city. I don't remember when last the citizens ever heard of the word cholera in Kampala. That means something is being done in the area of public health.
How is the city addressing environmental sustainability and conservation efforts?
Is that we provide services or even offer such crucial initiatives such as environmental conservation is through laws and ordinances. Our political wing has put in place a number of laws and ordinances which strive to protect the environment. For example, there is an ordinance against noise pollution. That is there, although the city continues to grapple with the case of noise pollution, cutting down and degrading of what were possibly wetlands, cutting down of trees and the like. All these are protected by law. Our biggest challenge has been the enforcement of these laws and ordinances, largely because, one, we are thin on the ground in as far as the enforcement teams are concerned, given the magnitude of the challenge, but also we have a people whose psyche does not possibly, for the most part, abide and is appreciative of what laws are supposed to be doing.
Are there any efforts to promote economic growth and job opportunities?
We have a number of initiatives that we have in place, especially through our Directorate of Gender and Community Affairs. We have skilling centers scattered across the city. We have one in Nakasero around Seziba. We have one in Kabalagala, where young people are enlisted, and we take them through life skills such as, your trade of videography and photography, hairdressing, and even give them financial economic literacy, so that even when they are in earning stages of their career, they are able to manage the finances that they get. So yes, and this is done in partnership with some of our development partners, such as the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, who have tremendously supported us in the area of skilling of young people. We are also propagating government programs such as the parish development model, using the available and structured geopolitical setup of this city, working with the local political leadership. So the PDM, or the parish development model, is also out there facilitating the growth and development of individuals at parish level.
Any upcoming policies or regulations that residents should be aware of?
We have the outdoor ordinance that is still in the works. This is supposed to regulate outdoor advertisement from such media as billboards, moving, both stationary and moving billboards, public announcements, and things of that nature. There's been quite a bit of concern and confusion around the space of outdoor advertisement. So the ordinance in place, once comes into force, shall regulate this part of commercial interaction, and certainly the details will also be inculcated in our citizenry using our usual approach of sensitization and, for the most part, stakeholder engagement.
Let's talk about the challenges the city is currently facing.
The city continues to face challenges of service delivery amidst constrained budgeting or availability of financing. That's why you see that we have roads in their current state of affairs. We require a lot more financing than is currently available to facilitate the repair of our roads and our other physical infrastructure. We also continue to suffer the brunt of flooding, especially now that the rains are here, not because the drainage channels are non-existent, but it's because a number of activities have led to the choking and clogging of our drainage channels. For example, littering indiscriminately, where citizens just throw garbage and other litter into the drainage paths, and when it rains, the water is unable to flow through. We also have cases where our major catchment areas like wetlands and swamps have been degraded to such an extent that the runoff water is unable to be guided and channeled into the bigger water bodies like Lake Victoria, but it rather floods back because the areas where it used to be sorted have been greatly encroached on.
What steps is the City Council taking to improve public safety and community well-being?
Public safety in our case is looked at from the area of public health, where we try as much as possible to act as a huge safeguard of our citizens from communicable diseases such as the debilitating COVID, as we saw, where Ebola comes in and such a debilitating hemorrhagic fever. Our Directorate of Public Health, working with different stakeholders down the chain up to village health teams or VHTs, is always on the lookout, is always vigilant to ensure that we have all the indicators lined up for us to swing into any form of intervention at whatever short notice to try and avert a situation that could be catastrophic, especially around the health of our people in the city.
Can you provide insight into the city's long-term vision and goals for the community?
Well, what we have are huge and far-reaching plans for the future in different areas. For example, when it comes to public transport, we have plans and policies that will ensure that we not only just have good roads, but we have train systems, tram, rapid train systems, and also what we call the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area roadmap, in ensuring that all these neighboring communities around us, away from just the nucleus called Kampala, but looking at neighboring districts of Wachiso and Mukono, we're able to synchronize our especially public transport and physical infrastructure in terms to road networks and the like, to serve our people better, because Kampala, as we know it, seems to be that place where everyone comes to work but they sleep outside. So we want to make the commute between home and your workplace to be such a memorable one that gives you a fulfilling and dignified way of existence. But also we do the same for our visitors that come in here for various reasons, from commerce to tourism.